says we're live. Hopefully that's the truth. What is up, everybody? It's Mike here with KRL Day. We're here to stream probably what's going to be the last match that gets streamed for the group stage of the third Drop Zone tournament. It's going to be R versus Whatever's Clever.
We have R coming off of a win against
LSJ, and what also coming off of a win against LSJ. So the match, so like R did a lot better than us against Whatever's Clever, so if you want to compare it that way, R could be looking to take this match. They're 4-0 right now, trying to complete the 5-0 sweep. Whatever's Clever, I believe, is 1-3. I think 1-3.
Yep. So Whatever's Clever looking to help their win-loss here in the group stage. And let's get into the match. We are on map 1 for Goes on Badlands. And looks like Whatever's Clever is going to be starting on the Rebel side, and R is going to be spawning on the Imperial side. First pod coming down, match is underway. Both teams making their push on. Some grenades being thrown early on. Looks like Whatever's Clever is going to have a 4-man push through the middle. R is making a 2-man push through the left side. Zycod and Cappy sticking together.
We got Star BJ using a medical droid. It's got it set up by the pod. Didn't help him out, but...
Have Logic getting a double kill. They come up to a triple kill. And he's going to be able to get the first touch now. We also have Chris up top on the walker, giving suppressing fire up there. He actually came into play a lot, helping that split push work out. And spawns are going to flip here for Whatever's Clever. They're starting to come in through the tent area. R is in control of this pod. Is at a 50-second timer though, so Whatever's Clever does have a couple of opportunities for this. But R seems to be pushing out, looking for an early stop, as two Whatever's Clever members are going to push in from top of Walker.
Wow.
And they're going to be able to get this touch.
That bowcaster took them both to 1 health, but didn't kill either of them.
Kenny was the one to get that touch. Cappy's going to take out Decker in the middle of the map, and he was able to get a partner spawn before that. And Angelic taking out Cappy. Decker taking out Zycod. Looks like they're securing this area pretty well. They're holding off R for the most part. This is a 30-second pod. R's going to have 15 seconds left to go in for this. Chris trying to get some opening kills. He's going to jump in on towards the pod, and Whatever's Clever.
Yeah, Angel had Dioxys.
Yep, he's going to be there to get that kill on him. He's going to jump over, but Logic is going to be able to get that claim quick enough, and R is going to be able to clear out Whatever's Clever for that.
I find it intriguing. Logic is using a different account for, I don't know, whatever reason, but I thought Wicked was going to be playing when he asked to switch out with me, but not playing. Instead, Logic using a different Logicio account. Very weird.
Nope, you see Kenny going with the bowcaster. He's going to miss that shot, but that's not going to stop him from getting the pod. He's going to be able to reset that. So Whatever's Clever is definitely still in this. They're going to have to get that area secure, though, as Zycod's going to take out Star. Cappy is underneath that walker with Zycod as well. They're in a little bit of a pinch as Zycod's low in health. Whatever's Clever doing a 4-man push through the mid. They're a little grouped up. Looks like Kenny's going to go up with the bowcaster. He's going to miss that shot on Logic. Logic getting a double kill, possibly a triple here, as Star pushes up, and Star's going to be able to take him out quick enough. And Whatever's Clever is going to be able to get that claim as Decker goes in for the touch. Are not exactly seeing that. They didn't have the angles to defend that. And Angelic's going to take out Zycod. Chris trying to save his teammate there. He's not going to be able to, as Logic gets a partner spawn on him. And there's a 2v2 situation going here towards the hallway underneath the tarp. Logic's going to be able to get that touch to reset the platform. It's still at a 30-second touch. Whatever's Clever split up here. 2-man push from the middle and the hallways. It looks like they're starting to clear out R. They're starting to win this fight. Dioxys going on there. Chris is going to get the kill on Star. Keep him off of the pod. And Angelic's going to try to get that claim, but he's going to get killed as well. It looks like our second pod being dropped. That is pretty huge here. They were able to hold it out that long. R's going to be in control of both of them. It looks like they're going to be able to get the first pod, as Whatever's Clever is nowhere near around it. And that first pod's going to go over to R. Already into the next pod. R has control of this, and they do have control of top walker, as this one is on the 50-second timer. Whatever's Clever out towards the original spawn. R's getting some quick kills. We saw a long-range bowcaster just come out of Cappy there. Get a nice kill on him. Decker trying to get some entries through the middle lane. He's going to get killed from Cappy though, as Chris is still up there on the walker, low on health, but he's going to retreat the regen.
Yeah, he set up a turret in the sort of the middle of the map. I think it's okay placement right now. It's sort of locking out Whatever's Clever. I think he just wanted to pick up 2 power-ups, so he jammed the turret down right in the middle of the map.
This pod is coming really close to being claimed, and we see Chris there on the blaster cannon. Having his back open to the cliffside, but whatever's clever is not going to be able to push in from there as their spawn got flipped. This second pod is going to go over to R. The next pod dropping in, another middle lane pod, but this is going to favor whatever's clever as this is their original spawn. We're going to have to see if they can hold this spawn down as R's already making a push in. It comes out in a 2v2 situation. Logic is going to take out Angelic as Icon's taking on Star. R clearing him out, and Logic is going to be able to get that claim.
This ringer is 13-7.
Yeah, we see Logic.
I mean, it's him,
really
but
good for the team. He's almost 3,000 score. Oh, he is 3,000 score above the rest of his members and doubling the kill, so he's making a huge showing here. Chris getting a nice kill on Star, covering that flank, but he doesn't know if two more whatever's clever members are coming. He goes right back. He's gonna get a kill on Kenny, looking for another. He just throw a grenade and back away as the partner spawn's gonna come out. That's a Dioxis grenade actually. Decker's gonna push in, get a nice kill on Chris through the air. Zycod taking on Star, stopping to push him the other way, and doesn't look like Kenny's going to be able to get on the pod fast
yeah,
enough.
the turret
Take the third pod.
Turret prevented Kenny from doing anything there. R gets all 3 power-ups, ready to move on to the next one. Looks like it's going to be top side of the map over by whatever's clever.
Whatever's clever, again, is going to get the first touch on this, and this is towards another spawn point, so we're going to see if they can secure it. R making a 2-man push through the cliffside. Coming right down the lane. We're going to see if whatever's clever is going to make an early stop on that. That just turned into a 3-man push now. Kenny's going to get a long-range kill on Zycod, and looks like a couple jetpacks coming out, one from Cappy. An orbital strike's going to come in from R, and it looks like a push from the back. Logic is going to come in from the flank, sneak in there and get that claim. This is R's chance to clear out whatever's clever as they only have 2 more members alive. Kenny going low on health, seeing if they can finish him off, but Zycod not making that push. A grenade coming out from Logic, going to finish off Kenny, and looks like whatever's clever is going to get that spawn at the time.
Yeah, they have a good spawn right now.
Get it. And that pod on a 30-second timer, just below 15 seconds now. They're going to have one push on this, but they're definitely in range for it. Dioxis doing quick damage to him as Cappy's going to get that kill on Decker, and Kenny's going to go for it. He's going to get shut down. Star looking like the last member to get there. He's going to get killed.
Cleared out.
Traits coming out.
It's just Chris. Oh, Chris gets a partner spawn from Logic, so they cleared them all out. They had a mine on it too, I believe, so they were all safe. Yeah, here's a mine. So they're looking pretty good. Got all 3 power-ups again, up 4-0. We'll see where this next one spawns. It's over inside the broken AT-AT.
This is also towards the 10 spawn, so if R can hold the long spawn away from whatever's clever is going to be in trouble here. They need this pod. This could be a 5-0 win for R if whatever's clever isn't able to do this. Talking about the last pod, whatever's clever did a nice 4-man push. They went in as a team. They just weren't able to get the kills, and Chris came out on top as the last remaining member there. We see R was able to get those power-ups because of that partner spawn. They have a Viper droid there. Logic's going to push Angelic, and he was going to get that kill on him. Clearing him out, we do see whatever's clever making a slow push on the right side. Looks like Decker's actually going to be sprinting a little bit. That might give away his position. They're going to try going for that flank. Kenny's going to go in with the bowcast. He's going to miss that, but he's not even going to pay attention to where the kills. He's going to go in for the pod. That, I think, was a smart move. That's going to reset it. And
it was a good imploder.
They're going to start pushing to the mid.
It's definitely a good imploder from Decker there to help his teammate out with the cap.
And that was pretty good communication and just prioritization of what they need there. Launch is going to get a nice... that's Cappy. Cappy was going for that bowcaster kill. Launch is going to pick it up though. And Cappy's going to get that claim as he takes out Kenny. Looks like Decker and was able to get the partner spawn for Kenny. They're still at the 10s. Kenny's going to take out Logic. Logic looking for a double kill as Kenny backs away. He does have the bowcaster in hand.
Kenny desperately trying to hold this spawn for his team.
Spawn. Decker's going to be able to take him out. That was a nice partner spawn. This pod is almost claimed though. They're going to have to make a push here. They still know that 2 of them are back there. It's going to be a split push. And Kenny coming over with a nice bowcaster, going to get the last second claim.
That was huge. That was huge from Kenny, getting to that partner spawn and holding tents for his team and then getting the claim. That was sick.
Yeah, that was an amazing pushing from him. Him getting that kill and R just being a little too spread on that, focusing on the other whatever's clever members. Kenny was able to get that reset. So let's see if whatever's clever can capitalize on that and make this one huge push. We do see 2 R members out towards the middle, just trying to make that quick stop. That's going to be Chris and Cappy out there, but that does take away a little bit of defense as whatever's clever is trying to make a push through the Power on site on the right side, but it's not going to be quick enough. Art is going to take that 5th pod and win 5-0 on the first map.
So there was some good stuff from whatever's clever in there. They had a couple chances, but R got the clean sweep 5-0.
Yeah, we saw, I think Kenny coming in with amazing bowcasters. We saw him get that clutch claim there. That was an amazing play by him. He was able to get the partner spawn for Decker. Whatever's clever played really well in that match. I didn't really see any mistakes coming out. It was just a matter of fact of R coming out as a better team on that. Logic stepping up huge for his team. Had over 3K score from the second member, and he was double their kills at one point.
Yep. Villa is asking in the chat if there'll be a State of the BFC soon. Yes, there will. Wicked wants to do one like this week potentially. So at some point there's going to be one during like next, like pretty soon anyway. Plans for Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 tournaments will be having Season 14 in the summer for Battlefront 2. But that's all I know for now. Don't know exactly when. Alright, looks like they're remaking, so we'll wait for another invite.
Yeah, I think, let's talk about the matches that were going on all night. Awesome plays coming out from every team that's been playing. Whatever's clever has played 2 matches. This is their second match they're playing. LSJ also playing 2 matches. Every team has been looking pretty well. Whatever's clever last night against TRA and Unfinished Business were making some big mistakes on their defense for their pods, but they were able to step it up, and that's one of the key things that let them secure the pods against LSJ. Them going against R, they're struggling on getting onto the pod and securing it, clearing them out. They did do it a couple times, and that's how they were mainly able to get that first pod claim and get some clutch claims, but R was just making really big pushes. We saw Chris and Cappy, the main people, to push out on defense and try to get early stops, so that helped the team a lot, just keeping the long spawns in play, and they also, that's just map knowledge.
Alright, I've been promoted. I'm gonna get you an invite. Wicked wants me to say Logicio with an Italian accent. I don't know if I can do that, man. Logicio. I hope, I'm not even gonna say it, never mind. Alright, we're in here. Hopefully they get Decker in here. I don't know what map it's gonna be. I haven't been looking. Probably a smaller map if I had to guess. I know R likes Badlands as like one of the bigger maps, so probably they set that as the first one. Maybe whatever's clever will set a smaller map as the second one. We could be going up to a 5v5. Wicked's in here, unless they're just using him to invite Decker. Maybe, I don't know.
We did see Dune C exchange play a lot tonight, so that definitely could be the second match, as it's also been played throughout the tournament a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised. Ghost on Badlands, probably the most played throughout every map. Long range, has the mid lane that's pretty important, as there are about 4 pods that spawn in and around it.
Alright, Wicked saying in the chat that map 2 is Jawa Refuge. So we'll be looking to see how teams control the sandcrawler on the pods where it matters. And also see if people... I feel like Jawa Refuge, you can sneak around a bit more than the other maps. Like with all like the junk sort of in the middle of the map, you can kind of be a little bit more stealthy than the other maps if you walk. So that can come into play. I know I was certainly trying to do that earlier. Alright, we are just waiting for... I forget who, but... Oh, Star VJ, I think. Oh, I just remembered in the... like some messages, Angel said to call him Angel Lock, not Angelic. So I usually just call him Angel, but that's, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he messaged Wicked saying it's angelic.
Oh, really?
Angel Lock. Yeah, I was calling him Angel Lock for the first match that I did against him, or I was commentating for him.
And then they said the other way?
Yeah.
Oh, and then,
Wicked did.
well,
Blame Wicked. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just call him Angel, I guess, is the safe bet. Alright, looks like we're still going to be in a 4-on-4. They just had Wicked in here to invite the other team. It's going to be Jaw Refuge. This is probably the last match of the group stage. There's a very low likelihood that... Actually, it's already past midnight, but it's fine because we've already started this match. Don't think anyone else is going to be playing tonight, though.
Yep, so this is going to be another big map for map 2. Crawler control, always important. I think R is definitely going to have at least one member up there at all times. I would make a bet that it's probably going to be Logic, unless he's going to play more objectively. But she was doing It Goes on Badlands. We did see him getting the first touch on the first pod after getting a triple kill. So we'll see who takes over objective play for both teams. I think Decker is going to be one of the big objective players, and Star might be looking for map control.
Yeah, someone in the chat was asking if R is winning. Yeah, R is up 1-0 in maps. This is the best 2 out of 3, so if R is able to win this map, it'll be over 2-0 in R's favor. If Whatever's Clever is able to win this map, we'll be going to a game 3. So we're going to have Whatever's Clever on Empire, R on Rebels.
Yep. So I think Whatever's Clever is going to be able to get this first touch, as most Imperials do. I think they're going to be going for partner spawn jetpacks as well. Decker running the opposite way. I don't know what he's exactly doing.
He's getting up top right away, maybe.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get that part. Oh yeah, he's getting the partner spawn for Kenny, so he's going to be able to take crawler control right away. Star going for the first claim. Whatever's Clever still going to be able to get that. Kenny getting a kill on Cappy from up top. He's going to get a second one on Logic. That is crawler control at its finest right there. That's showing what it can do. R looking like 3-man push through the trench, and Logic's just going to go for the claim. He's going to get it free as Kenny starts to shoot a little bit late. Whatever's Clever members not on the pod exactly to stop that. Chris is going to get a kill on Decker. Zycod on Angel.
Yeah, I like the flank. I like the flank from Zycod there. Yeah, that was nice.
So they're going to be able to clear out Whatever's Clever, as Kenny is still up top on the call. He's going to get the partner spawn for Decker. Decker's going to start pushing in, and he might be able to get the claim here, as no R members are going to be able to spawn him. He's going to go down. Star getting the kill on Zycod. I believe they actually traded Chris. He's going to make sure the pod is secure, as the pod looks to be going over in their favor. Whatever's Clever going to have to make a huge push here, as it looks like Decker's going to jump down, but he's on low health.
He almost had it, but yeah, Chris able to get him out of there in time. Logicio is going to get some power-ups here, I think. Picks one up.
This pod going right behind the crawler. This is the crawler that... this is the pod that the crawler is mainly used for.
Yep. This is looking good for Whatever's Clever right now. They happen to have, they have 3 people up here on the perfect pod to do this on. I'd like to see maybe if R can get under the crawler and then jetpack from down there, there's a chance. This is very difficult to break up, though.
Yeah, it looks like one of Whatever's Clever members is going to jump off of the crawler, trying to get some early stops. Logic looking for a little bit of an entry up there. He doesn't know that there's no members in the enemy team up there to defend. Looks like Zycod's going to be able to get in there, as Cappy gets a double kill, clearing it out for his teammate, giving him the opportunity to get in there. We do see Angel is one of the last members on that pod. He's going to get killed from Chris. That's going to give R the secure area. Looks like R also has an R5 going on top of the crawler. So.
Defending it, pretty funny. It's probably going to fall off.
Like
it didn't do it yet.
Whatever's Clever getting the long spawn, and we do see Cappy going again for those early stops like we saw him in map 1. And it just looks like they're just holding him back. That long spawn is really hurting them. They're just going to get ready for the next pod, probably, as this pod is going to go over to R. R in a 2-0 lead.
So R was able to break the setup on something that I thought would be very difficult, but they're able to come through. This pod is also pretty decent for the crawler, but getting in the cave is also really good.
Yeah, it's just we're gonna have to see. Both teams are gonna have to make sure they don't clump up a little too close, because grenades like thermal imploders could take them out pretty easy. And we already see three, whatever's clever, all grouped up down towards the middle. Looks like Logic is gonna spot them. Not able to get shots off on them. They're just looking for an entryway. Kenny get a nice kill with the pulse cannon. That might be able to give him a lane to push through. Decker jetpacking up, trying to get a little bit of kills. Grenades coming out. Not going to be able to take him out. He's going to go down low, and Zykod's going to throw a second grenade, taking out Decker. And looks like Angel is the last member onto the pod. Cappy's going to be able to take him out as Cappy goes low from that. This pod's almost claimed from R.
So, good communication there. Zykod definitely called out that guy going in the bottom of the cave and was able to have Logic get the kill. Chris has got a blaster cannon deep in the cave now. This is going to be hard for What to deal with. Not much they can do here without, like, grenade. Okay, Angel was able to get him, but R is going to get the pod.
Yeah, whatever's clever was able to secure that area, but just not able to get onto the pod itself quick enough. Just a second too late. This pod is going to go towards the opposite side of the crawler. It's going to go towards the back right of it, and looks like I think Logic's going to get the first touch on that, starting the 50-second timer, as there's still fights going down on the previous crawler, fighting for those power-ups. Zykod's going to get a double. Looks like Angel's looking to get those power-ups. He's trying to clear off Chris with that crawler, but Cappy's going to get him from the side. Looks like a really nice kill from him, considering how long range that was. Looks like Decker and I believe that's Kenny going to push him from the back. Zykod's going to take out Kenny. Logic finishing off Decker. Star getting the kill on Zykod. That's going to give him crawler control and the partner spawn. They have a chance of getting this pod. This thing has about 20 seconds left on it. They will have one big push here. Believe that there is a Dioxys on there as well. Logic, the R member on
Angel is the only one with a shot here to get here in time.
He's going to be holding square for his life, but Zykod's going to take him out. Star getting a double kill, but that is just, again, too late. R getting the fourth pod. R only needed one more here, and whatever's clever is going to have to secure the next 5 pods all in a row. They need to stop this momentum. They're going to get, Kenny's going to get the first touch for whatever's clever here, and we're going to see if they can set up good positions on this and make sure R isn't able to make a big team push here. We do also know that R likes to do split pushes. I don't know if they're really going to be able to do it here unless they want to go some over the crawler and some underneath. And it looks like Logic's already going for crawler control.
Yeah, this one's a little bit weird for the crawler because you don't exactly have a shot. Logic drops off, almost gets a touch there, but the mine was able to take him out. And you don't really have a good shot straight down onto the pod, so sometimes it's not the best to stay up there for this particular pod.
Yep, Logic going to push in and keep himself covered from Angel. That's going to give him the touch, but Decker's going to look to finish him off. Kenny's going to get that kill, however, and R is in control of the pod right now, but not exactly the area, as Star is up on crawler control into 2v2. He's going to jump off and die from fall damage. 2v2 situation down on the pod itself. Decker is going to be able to take out Logic, but Chris is going to get a double kill.
Chris is once again the last man alive in the area of a pod right now. Now he gets his partner spawned in. Looks like Zykod's here too.
Cappy already looking for those early stops as this pod looks like it's going to go over to R. Whatever's clever is going to have to make a big push. They do have 2 members in the back, but I don't think they're going to be able to get there fast enough as this pod comes down to the final seconds. And this pod is going to go over to R. R winning both maps 5-0. This is going to be a win.
Yep, GG's to R. They did manage to pull off a 10-0 against whatever's clever. Is definitely impressive. Both maps working in their favor. They definitely seem comfortable on both these maps.
So that puts R at a 5-0 streak in their Group 1. So they most likely going to go off to the playoffs from that.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They will be going to the playoffs for sure. There was some good... I think that map, in particular, is the first couple pods and all the pods that fall in the junk down there. You can flank just by... I saw Zykod do it a couple times, you know, just walk and get a nice flank. He did a couple good ones on the first pod. Like, that's like something that can change the map a little bit. But once you get to the pods that are up by the Sandcrawler, it's really all about the Sandcrawler. So... But I think that's going to be it for us tonight. There's really unlikely that anyone else will play. Most of the other teams that haven't completed their matches at this time either have already told me they plan to forfeit or just have not even communicated at all. So I think that's going to be it. But yeah, I can look at the Twitch chat and answer some of your guys' questions, but I'm going to cut the stream here. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Carol Day, once again for blessing the commentary with your excellent play-by-play.
Thank you for allowing me to bless the chat with my excellent play-by-play.
No problem. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.